Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, I will be doing a multiplayer protest of this beauty that you see on the screen right now. And that is of course the Maserati MC12. Oh, what a beautiful and long car this is. It's kind of funny because the last protest that I did in the channel officially was one for a very small car, the Lotus Evora Enduro. Now I'm doing a very big car. But oh well, before I jump into any of this, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you enjoy my content, as well as subscribing to the channel, because remember, I post literally every single day. So go ahead, do it. Do it for DBT, do it for the channel. Alright, so what is the deal with this car? Why am I doing a protest for it right now? No reason. While I normally like doing protests of cars that are relevant because of the car hunt, well, I'm just gonna give it a very quick view. The car hunt is for the McLaren 600 LT, and the free car is a tier 19. Guess what? Guess what? Yes, it's the DSC10s once again. So currently I'm not in the correct league to do a protest of this car. If I get to Elite in time before this thing ends, I'm gonna do a protest of it. But in the meantime, I gotta do a protest of a Class C car, and that is the MC12. Now this is a car of the rank of 1500, not 1501, 1502, just a straight up 1500. And how does it perform? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So let me activate some booster and show you the stats. And there you go, now you can see all the stats with the tuning kit. As I always say, this is not particularly useful because normally the acceleration is not very trustworthy with these numbers that are reported here, but hey, there it is if you want to see it. So we're gonna jump into classic season. I haven't done a whole lot of races, as you can see over here. As usual, I'm gonna do sequential races so that you will be able to see every single race that I do. Now, to be 100% honest with you, I don't really have too much experience with this car. I pro'd it not too long ago, and well, I've been wanting to really have this car upgraded since this car is actually based on another car that is peculiar, because I don't love the brand, but I love the car. I'm talking about the Ferrari Enzo Ferrari. If you don't know, this car, the Maserati MC12, is actually a modified Enzo Ferrari IRL. So that is kind of interesting, isn't it? That is why you will notice a lot of similarities in terms of the design, but it was made much longer. Obviously, they added some parts, they added the wing, they did a bunch of things. And now that I hear it over here, they actually put the Ferrari engine on it. That is kind of appropriate. That's kind of neat. How does this perform? I have no idea, but that's what we're here to find out. Am I gonna get a W in my very first race? I don't know. Let me focus. And by the way, thank you for everybody that was wishing me well, or to recover quickly on the video that I posted about my hand injury. As I kind of alluded over there, the hand injury was not that big of a deal, and indeed, it was not a huge deal. My hand is sort of, what's the word, immobilized? But not more like my arm. My hand is somewhat movable, so now I'm playing as I normally play, and everything seems fine. First place, baby! And alright, what did I beat? Lotus CR9, which is a very strong car in this bracket. Vanda, which it's another car that I'm really curious to try. And a 3, well, these two cars are under-ranked or unboosted, so there is that. And we're gonna start strong by setting up a key phrase already. If you didn't know about this situation with the Enzo Ferrari, or even if you did, leave me in the comments, wow, DBT, I did not know about this car being an Enzo Ferrari. In the comments, you know, first place, or rather first person to post it gets a hard opinion. You know how this whole thing works, right? I hope you do. But alright, so yes, I've been wanting to work on this car because the Enzo Ferrari is actually a car, one of the Ferraris that I actually do like quite a bit. Wow, the acceleration on this thing seems either very strong or nobody else was triple tapping, but I just out-accelerated everybody, including an Asterion, which is known for being a very strong car, so is this car a secret king? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Ferrari, you know that, but there's a bunch of Ferrari cars that I actually do like quite a bit. Amongst them, precisely, the Enzo Ferrari. So the fact that this is basically the Enzo Ferrari, but kitted, that makes it a little bit better for me, I suppose. I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. And in fact, we're gonna be changing colors. Oh, Jesus Christ, he pushed me. Oh God, all right, my nitro isn't fantastic, I'll tell you that much. Oh, that's a Camaro, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Well, nitro let me down a little bit over there, but you know what? It is what it is. Man, that could have been another first place. Let's see if I can at least recover the second. I mean, I intended. Did you see that speed trick? Amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a ton of experience with this car, so I don't really know just yet what are this car's strengths and weaknesses. But as I always say, the fact that I call this a pro test doesn't mean that I'm a pro player or that it's a test. Oh, good. Oh, I thought I was gonna knock him down. Oh, that I'm so this test is so professional, or no. It just means that I'm testing the car at its pro rank. But yeah, we're trying to find out if it's good or bad. Okay, so that was the Camaro SS. We got a Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Then there was me. I did beat out the Dobrium and a C7. Everyone else on booster or on the ranked. All right, how about we change the color of the car for no good reason? Remember when I said that this was a long car? Just look at it. It barely fits over here. But alright, so yeah, those have a bunch of color options. This is the default, white with blue. We have it in just completely blue. We have it in orange with dark blue, green with blue, red with blue, gray with blue, purple with blue, and greenish bluish with blue. Alright, so the blue is everywhere. I thought there was a color that didn't have it. Maybe I'm thinking of Asphalt 9. Yeah, I think in Asphalt 9, well, technically, I don't know. In Asphalt 9, I believe that you can lose this blue accent to it, but hey, I think it's pretty cool. I actually kind of look this. It does have that Ferrari look to it, but with the blue extra of it. I don't know, I kind of like it. Let's try it out. Whoa, boy. If I wanted to figure out if the nitro is good or bad on this car, I think this is going to be the perfect place to do it because Iceland, very, very long. But alright, I'm going to go triple tap right away. I do, but no, I don't know that other Asterion was even using nitro at all, but no, I think the Asterion still out-accelerated me because you can see this blue one right there did catch up to me, even though I think he was further behind. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh, no. I didn't mean to knock him down, I promise. I was just minding my own business. But yeah, maybe the nitro is a little bit on the slightly weak side. I'm not going to say that it's a straight-up garbage, because it isn't garbage, but I don't think it's good either, you know? It's probably mid-low. That's where I would place it in my incredibly subjective ranking system for stats. Like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it mid? Or maybe it's mid-good. Maybe it's mid-bad. Or it could be just God tier or trash tier, you know? Lot of possibilities over here now because I knocked down by accident that other player. I'm still in first place very strongly, but you can see that I'm still struggling for the nitro, so oof. Then again, let's remember that this is Class C, so they're not necessarily the fastest cars in the game, and yet, even then, they still go, what, like 300 and 400 kilometers an hour or some? So it's not like they're proper slow. Yeah, look at that, 408. But yeah, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. I don't know why now I get nervous in this section, because there has been a couple of times when things just go south in that section, when I do the drift to enter into this whole section of the jumps. I don't know, I've had a couple of bad experiences that have messed up my races pretty badly, and I'm not too happy about that. First place, Alright, look at that Maserati MC12. I'm sorry to that Asterion that I knocked down. I didn't mean to. Oh yeah, so there was one Asterion. So yeah, this is the Asterion probably that I had accelerated at the very start. That makes more sense. Yeah, this is the blue one that I exit. I'm sorry, buddy. I swear I wasn't trying to knock you down. Alright, you know that I've implemented a new thing into this test, so how about we look at that? And that new thing, of course, being the test for the Spiral in Munich. Of course, that is the drift test, because I think this is a very interesting way of testing it, just to see how good you can do this turn. So let's try. All right, it is sharp. It took a little bit to kind of bite, but did you notice how I was incredibly close to hitting the inside of the wall? Let's try it a second time. And much like any other test that I do, this is incredibly subjective because, of course, this is also limited by the skill of the driver, in this case DVT, so let's see if I can do it better this time. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, this works very well, but how about the opposite direction? Gotta love the fact that the start of this race is right away the spiral, so that's fantastic, because even if I mess it up, I can restart it real quick and do it. But let's see, can I do it decently? Oh, yeah, nope, this thing, it's great. All right, there's one more test that I want to do, but that one is not about drift, so let's do a time to wall test. On the top right, you will be able to see the counter for the time. In case you're curious, go and triple tap real quick. Oh, I didn't want to knock that dude down. I think I'm gonna have to redo this one. Oh, man, well, I'm still gonna finish this one, and well, there you go, let's try again. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult sometimes because of the AI getting in the way and all of that. That's fine. Don't touch me, buddy. Okay, I think that's as good as that's gonna get. And my time to wall is going to be whatever you say that it is, because I wasn't really looking. But there you go. Hey, look at that. The game was like, hey, I heard that you're doing some tests. So how about I give you another track in which you can actually do some tests with the drift in a real-time situation. Cool game, cool. Let's do it. But yeah, at least so far, it does seem that this car is definitely competitive. How strong is it? I don't know. Yeah, the Asterion can out-accelerate it, but I think this proves that in general, at least the car, it's absolutely competitive, despite the fact that it's not necessarily a rank king. It's not a 1501 or 1502. It's just 1500, a humble 1500, and yet it seems to be defending itself quite decently. I was really surprised at the drift on this thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not so sharp that you're gonna end up wrecking on every corner. It's not like that, but it's still pretty good drift. And honestly, this is a car that has flown under the radar for me for quite a while. Like I said, it's a car that I like visually, absolutely. But I had never considered it to be a great car, or even thought about it being a great car or a bad car, simply because I hadn't seen it. But maybe, is this a hidden meta? I don't know. Probably someone is gonna tell me, no, DBT, you're actually wrong. The acceleration on this thing was kind of weak, and the recovery is also not good, and this and that, you know, all of that stuff. It could be, I don't know. That is why I am just admitting to be an incredibly subjective quote-unquote reviewer. That's why I don't really do reviews of cars. I just like to play with them and, you know, see what I can do with them. All right, I still got beaten by this Asterion, but I did beat an ER9, another Asterion, and a Sarth, though this one isn't rebalanced. This looks like it might be at the bracket in you know, the competitive rank of the bracket, but this is an old car that hasn't been rebalanced, so yeah, I don't imagine that's gonna perform great. And I would like to take a second to apologize to every single one of you that has been leaving me comments on the videos. I do read the comments, I promise you that much, but I really haven't had the time to sit and reply to all of the comments. What is happening? Uh-oh, am I lagging or something? How did I just out-accelerated everybody like that? That seems weird. Maybe I started the race soon, like early. You know how sometimes it looks like you're... Oh, do you see on the minimap how everybody seems to be lagging? You see how they're bouncing back and forth? That means, since it seems to be everybody, it seems that it's me who has the connection issue, not so much them. When everybody's doing it, you are the problem, not them. So yeah, probably that's why also I am on first place right now. Because yeah, I probably started the race at a desynchronized moment. But don't worry, when this happens, what tends to occur is that the game considers the lap time as opposed to the position. So even if I look like I'm on first place, if my lap was slower than someone else's, I'm gonna, at the end of the race, I'm gonna be in a lower position. In fact, it seems to me that when I cross the finish line like this, it's actually not going to finish the race until a few seconds later, because it needs to, again, synchronize. So yeah, this is one of the so many cases where people instantly go into calling, oh, this person is cheating, that person is cheating, you see how he's teleporting. Somebody probably sees me teleporting right now everywhere. It's like, oh my god, he just crashed and he teleported, he's using teleporter hacks and this and that. You know, you've heard that a million times. That's just a load of bull. It's just, yeah, look at that, cross the line and it's not finishing until then, and I'm in second place. You see what I'm saying? The game does autocorrect itself when there's this type of situations. I imagine. Not always, but there you go. So second place, what did I lose to? The Asterion. So yeah, that was a very clear example of an issue of the connection on my side, and how I hope that any of these players was recording the race and they saw sus DBT teleporting around, so that we have also this video to show like I was just playing. It's just server situations. That is just multiplayer, the synchronization, and that's just how it is. Not everybody's cheating. Not because they blink, it means that they're cheating. But it really is like an uphill battle when you try to explain to people like that, like it's connection issues. It's connection issues, and people start getting all annoyed at that and it's like, oh, what, now you're gonna say this is also a connection issue? Oh, you're gonna defend it saying that this is a connection issue? Like, Jesus Christ, the ignorance in that and the stubbornness of people, it's like, it baffles me when people are like, oh, GameLove should fix their servers. Now, granted, they did have server issues, so maybe this is not the moment to be saying this. But a lot of times people are just like, oh my god, everything is GameLove's fault. And it's like, yeah, but do you understand that there's also a bunch of these players who are not playing on a wired connection? They're playing not over Wi-Fi. Some of them might be playing on a mobile, on a 3G, if they're living in a country that doesn't have 4 or 5G, you know? Or even if they're playing 4G, but they lose connection for half a second, guess what? That's gonna reflect over here, and teleport is gonna happen. And suddenly people are gonna be like, oh my god, either it's the server's fault or that person is cheating. And that is why I say that it's an uphill battle, because people just love to stick with this idea that everybody's cheating, and anything that looks a little bit weird instantly means cheating. And like, yeah, I don't think you understand how multiplayer with games that are not hardwired, works, right? It's gaming and a very fast game over Wi-Fi, if not over mobile connection, satellite connection, all of that stuff. So is it really a surprise that there's connection issues? You think so? I know, this is starting to become a rant, but it's just so unbelievably frustrating. First, to see people that don't understand what they're talking about, and yet they love to make a huge mess as if everything is any weird thing means someone is cheating. It's like, no, you're just defending it. Oh wow, I'm literally 1 point away. Okay, I think I need to do one more race to hopefully get out of this league. I did beat a 599XX and an Asterion. Everyone else on their boosted or on the rank, on boosted or on the rank. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so my general thoughts on this car, maybe it's a little under. What's the word for that? Underrated. Yeah, not underranked. Underrated. It's a little underrated. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen enough people using it, and maybe people do know that it's great. Well, I don't know that the car is great, but it's definitely very, very usable. Triple tap drinks your nitro though. Look at that. Jesus Christ, that was crazy. So yeah, probably the weak point on this car that I would say. Oh god, sorry for the really loud airplanes. It's really hot over here, so I need to have the windows open and all of that. So that means a lot of noise. But yeah, probably the weak point. From what I see, it's the nitro, but the handling feels alright, the drifting feels pretty good overall, and the acceleration, it seems to be, at the very least, decent goodish. So, not a bad car. Honestly, I don't even know how you acquired, well, probably by tokens. I don't know if it's often in sale for tokens, but yeah, I don't think this is necessarily a super rare car, so if you're in the market of getting a 1500 car, this is a possibility, and besides, it looked pretty cool, you know, ginormous car, big wing, and all of that stuff. It looks very much like a GT1 car, those super long with the big wing, you know, like the Porsche GT1, like the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, which is also a GT1 car from the old days. Okay, whatever, I'm going off topic now. But yeah, honestly, I do believe this is a pretty decent car. I would say it's a good car. Not a king, not even close, but definitely a very good fighter. And look at that, it's gonna give me another W. How often do you see me getting W's in this video? That tells you that this car definitely has something under the sleeve. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, again, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!